What's going on YouTube? Austin here with Jones' Southern Barbecue, and today I'm going to be showing you how to smoke a whole chicken using a pellet smoker. Alright, so what you want to do is go down to your local grocery store, pick you up a whole chicken, and then I'm going to be injecting it with these ingredients. So I got a 1/4 cup of apple juice, a teaspoon of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of brown sugar, and a melted stick of butter. So first thing what you want to do is take these ingredients, mix it into your butter. So I'm going to go ahead and pour in the apple juice, the garlic powder, and then mix in the brown sugar. So once you pour all that into the butter, you want to go ahead and get that mixed up together pretty good. Alright, so now we got all the ingredients mixed in with the butter. Next thing you want to do, make sure you got your chicken patted down nice and dry. That way, so when you're cooking it, it'll be able to crisp up the skin pretty well when you crank it up to that higher temperature. So what you do, go ahead and take you some paper towels, go ahead and pat it down, get it good and dried. Flip it over, dry both sides of it. Alright, so now that we got it patted dry, we're going to take that mixture and then we're going to inject it into 3 different places into each side of the breast, a couple places in each of the legs, and then 1 or 2 spots in each wing. So we're going to go ahead and start injecting it now. Alright, so we got the injection loaded up into the injector. So we're going to start right here at the top of the breast. Just kind of push it in there and then inject it and pull out while we're injecting. And then while you're injecting, you'll see it kind of plump up a little bit. It's perfectly fine. Go ahead and get some more. Now inject the other side of the breast. Alright, so now I'm going to inject some into the legs. Alright, so now that we got the bird injected, so this was enough marinade probably for a couple birds. So now that it's injected, we want to take the paper towel again, kind of wipe off that excess butter that may have gotten on the chicken. Then what we're going to do is put a little bit of olive oil to coat the bird, and then we're going to put a little bit of rub on it, and then it'll be ready to go on the smoker. So what I like to do is start with the back side. Alright, so take a little bit of olive oil, drizzle it over the chicken. Alright, so now we're going to put some rub on it. So we're going to flip it over, start with the back side. And what I'm using today is Fire and Smoke Society Chicka-Licka Bam Bam, which you can buy this at Walmart or on Fire and Smoke Society's website as well. So you'll make sure you season it liberally. Kind of completely coat the chicken. You don't need as much on the back side because you're not going to be eating really anything off that side. So go ahead and flip it over. Coat this side. Make sure you kind of catch it and get it on the sides as well. Work it down in the wing. So now that we got the chicken injected and seasoned, what we want to do now is get the pellet smoker ready for the chicken to go on it. And what I'm using today is the Pit Boss Classic 700. So first thing I want to do is open up the lid, power it on. And then we're going to put it in the smoke setting until it's ready. And then once the smoke setting's finished, we're going to turn it up to 225 and let it preheat before we throw the chicken on. Alright guys, so we got the smoker up at 225, and that's where we're going to smoke it the whole time. So we're going to go ahead and put this bird on there. Alright, so we got it on the smoker. We're going to cook it at 225 until we get to an internal temp of about 145. And once we hit that 145 temperature, we're going to crank it up to we'll probably do it around 325 degrees because we want to really get that skin crispy on the outside. So again, 225 until you hit an internal temperature of 145, and then we're going to finish it off at 325 until the breast reach 165 degrees. So you want to take your temperature probe, and then you want to stick it in the thickest part of the breast. And then close it up, and we'll check back in a little while. Alright guys, so the chicken's been on now for a little over 2 hours, and it's sitting at right at 145 degrees internal temperature. So what we're going to do now is open the lid, just take a look at it, make sure it's got good color, and if it does, then we're going to crank the temperature up to about 350 degrees to get that breast up to 165 and then really crisp up that skin. So let's open it up and take a look. So you can see here it's got some good color to it. Starting to get a little crispy. So what we're going to do now is just, like I said, we're going to crank it up to 350 degrees to finish it off to get these last 20 degrees in. So let's do that now. All right, finishing up here. So we got the chicken. It's 165 degrees internal temp, so it's now ready to pull off. We're going to lift the lid, take a look, make sure that the skin got good and crispy. So let's take a look at it. Oh yeah, it's exactly how we want it. Touch it, it's got some nice good crisp skin to it. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and pull that off, let it sit for about 10-15 minutes, make sure those juices redistribute throughout the chicken, and then we'll slice it up and take a look at it and see how juicy it is and see how it tastes. All right, so now we've let it sit for about 10 minutes, and what we're gonna do now is cut into it to see how it looks and tastes. So first thing we're gonna do is cut this leg off. See how juicy it still is, pretty much dripping off of it. All right, so now let's take a bite of it and see how it tastes. It's good. Thanks for watching my video. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel to see more videos in the future.